Namaste. This is your weekly reading for March 1st to the 7th with me, the Queen of Cups Montreal. This week you get to pick your path again. I invite you now to choose the crystal or deck that you feel most drawn to. You'll find timestamps for your reading in the video description below. Be sure to stay tuned until the end of your chosen reading because you will be getting your healing crystal prescription for the week ahead. If you enjoy this video, please like and share. I come with a new reading every week, so be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss next week's reading. You can always find links to my tarot reading services, healing crystals, or social media in the description below. Thank you for joining me. Have a great week. Love all and harm none. This includes yourself. We're going to start with the Rose Quartz group, and that is for March 1st to March 7th, 2020. I have shuffled these cards beforehand, but as my friend at My Tarot channel says, you guys want to see the shuffle, so I'm going to give you the shuffle. By the way, you should check her out. It's My Tarot channel. She comes up with zodiac sign specific readings for the beginning of the month, the mid of the month, and the end of the month. So do check that out. Positions 1 and 2 represent the situation. So here we have the Two of Swords. We have the Two of Swords here. And she represents a compromise, maybe peace. There's something that she's overlooking. It's agreement, it's discussion, it's discourse. She's overlooking some sort of agreement, even contract or resolution. So two people are coming together this week, and you're trying to get resolution from them, maybe between the two of you. She is the goddess of agreements and discourse. Ooh. So now we have the Three of Coins in reverse. So this means that there's really an issue of discourse and agreement, and yet there's a lack of togetherness or a lack of collaboration. So it seems like this week you're going to be challenged with trying to find an agreement amongst a group of people that are lacking collaboration or lacking teamwork, or even in a relationship. Once again, this could be romantic, this could be familial, this could be friendship. There's a lack of agreement here. You're trying to get balance amongst people or two individuals that don't really see eye to eye, that aren't willing to work together. Okay, then we have position 3 and 4 is the contributing factors. I'm going to shuffle the deck again, and this is once again for the Rose Quartz group. Positions 3. So this seems like you're lacking fulfillment in the family, or could be professional, but what I'm seeing here, I'm getting more of like a relational vibe. So you're lacking fulfillment. Something's not feeling fulfilled. You're feeling like somebody's might be being disingenuous or not generous. You feel like somebody may be cutting you short. Somebody's not giving you your due, or you don't feel like you're in a position to give them what they're looking for. What are they looking for from you? I'm just going to change the light. Maybe you can see the cards better. What are they looking for from you? You can't give it, or you don't want to give it, or they're not making it amenable to give it. So this is definitely, I'm getting like family, relationship. And then we have the Peacemaker, the white buffalo, the Lady of the Sioux. And here she is. She's trying to be a spiritual teacher. She's trying to get you to understand, or she's trying to get these people to understand spiritual wisdom, higher self, collaboration, balance, and it's just not coming. So I do feel like this is a week where you're just trying to get people to see, to transcend themselves and see that there's a bigger picture here, and to see that, you know, we can all just get along. Why can't we all just get along? So I feel like you're really trying to oversee some sort of collaboration. And once again, this reading won't resonate with everyone, but if you look at it more as possible in like partnership, romance, possible in family, and possible in friendships, then this could resonate a lot more with you, or not. Position 5 and 6. We're lacking spiritual balance. and we're lacking spiritual balance, and we're also lacking fulfillment. Something's not complete. We're feeling incomplete this week. Okay, the outcome. We have 7 of Cups and 8 of Discs. 7 of Cups. So, sorry, that's my puppy. So, with the 7 of Cups, what we have is rebirth, new energy, new fulfillment. It could come across as a little bit stagnant, but I want to look at this card in relation to the 7 of Cups. This is saying new beginnings are possible. We can have a new beginning. We can start fresh. This is the goddess of the the afterlife and the beginning. And what she's saying is, you can start new. Everything is molded from the earth. Everything is molded from clay. And so you can formulate the family or the relationship that you're looking for, that you're desiring. Here, the waters are still a little bit out of balance with the 7 of Cups. They're still like lacking a little bit of a balance and a steadiness, which we saw here in the contributing circumstances. But I do feel like Spirit saying, look, don't freak out. You can create what you want as an outcome. I just want to clarify around this because there still seems to be a little bit of unbalance. And my puppy is giving you his feedback as well, letting you know what's for the week ahead. And then the clarifier here. Alright, so you might have to be, like the Emperor card, you might have to be the force here that brings everybody back to equilibrium. You're going to say, in your relationship or in your family or amongst your group of friends, even in the office, like amongst your colleagues, you're probably the force this week that's going to have to say, you guys, let's get it together. Let's, be objective here. Get emotions out of the way. Be balanced and try and work together. We want this collaboration, this agreement here. Okay, so what crystals can we give to overcome this lack of equilibrium or lack of balance? I always like red jasper for the root chakra, of course. This is balance. Balance, grounding, stability, calms emotions. You might be telling people this week, be objective, calm down. So this is a really good, red jasper is a really good crystal for that, because it brings the instability down back to level, but at the same time it can also be a motivator, help us get real change in real time. So red jasper will help you this week. You're going to want to get just a dark stone, and this is where you can have fun a little bit. You can get some mahogany obsidian, some smoky quartz, even some hematite, though I'm a bit of a frugal person. Some people may call me cheap. And I find hematite's a little bit expensive for just daily use, unless that stone really resonates with you. The last thing I want you to get, because this seems like a week where you're under a lot of pressure. Everyone's looking to you for answers. Everybody's looking to you. Tell us what to do, or coming to you to complain. Maybe even your partner's like, I'm not happy, this isn't working, and they're looking to you to come up with answers. So for that reason, I want you to get some nice comforting stones for yourself. Okay, so that could be Botswana agate for emotional balance and peace. You can get some agate, like some self-care in the stones. Some blue lace agate is also a great friend in times of like emotional disarray and frustration and upheaval. It's just like a little friend that comes to us and says like, everything's gonna be all right. It's a really soothing energy. Notice how my voice even dropped when I was handling it. It's a really soothing energy. And then the last stone I want you to look into is some moonstone. And I'll tell you why. Even though the Emperor or the person that is your solution here, like the Emperor saying, get everybody back on track, give everyone some objectivity and help them to step back from it, I do feel like there's a need to have like that divine feminine at place, the peacemaker, the one that can compromise, the one that can find energy and balance amongst differing energies, like a mother figure. So you guys, be sure to take a breath this week. You're going to be feeling like you're pulled in all directions, but I know that you can make it through. All right, thank you for joining me. Namaste, guys. This is the Amethyst group for the week of March 1st to the 7th, 2020. As I mentioned in the Rose Quartz group, I did shuffle these cards beforehand, but like my friend at my tarot channel says, you guys want to see the shuffle, so I will give you what you're looking for. All right. Let's tap into the energy for the Amethyst group for March 1st to 7th. Now, positions 1 and 2 are the situation as it stands. So let's take a look here. Oh, I love this card. This is the king, in this case, the king of cups. So she's balancing emotions. She's balancing emotions, art, literature. So this is the, like, almost the perfect balance, the perfect emotional balance that we all kind of strive for, but nothing in life is perfect. But I still feel like this is going to be a pretty blissful week for you. I see the loving energy or the loving component here, the Two of Cups. I just want to go off on a little bit of a tangent and say, you know, Two of Cups, always we think romance, or in soulmates we think romance, but there's a lot of soulmates you can have. You know, that pet, that cat or that dog that you had and is still and went over the rainbow bridge, that's still such an important part in your life, or that sister that you feel so connected to, be it related by blood or just a best friend that's a sister, or that relative that feels like you guys have known each other in past lives. Those can all be soulmates. So even if you don't have romantic love right now, just know that you are loved and you're surrounded by love. We're meant to love. So this week I do see a lot of emotional bliss and love. Oh my goodness. Positions 3 and 4 represent the contributing factors. This is the factors that contribute to your situation this week. Let's hope it stays good, but I mean, if it doesn't, then we'll figure out a solution to what's transpiring here. Positions 3, I love this card as well. I love all my cards. Positions 3 and 4. So here I get the sense of, that's funny because it popped up also for the Rose Quartz group. But this is the goddess of the of creation, of like the afterlife and this life. She's the goddess of creation. She actually links to I'm not going to go off on that tangent, but she's the goddess of creation. So you can create what you want here. I feel like you're trying to create these things and it's coming forward. You're getting there. You're almost to the point of fruition. You're almost to the point of completion. There could be some imbalance, like it's not constrained. There's like energies everywhere. But I do feel like you're creating what you want here. So this is a relatively good, week for the Amethyst group because you're creating the emotion you want. And it's full of emotion. And even though you don't have the perfect balance yet, just know that you'll get there. I really feel like the 8 of Coins means like you're getting there. You're creating what you want. And these cards here indicate a lot of emotional bliss and togetherness. So don't beat up on yourself if it's not perfect yet. I really do think that you're stepping into a phase that has a lot of love. Don't let Mercury retrograde get in your thoughts either. Mercury retrograde can be an opportunity for new beginnings. Check out my friend at my tarot channel. She's an astrologer. She can tell you a lot more about it. But in any case, I don't always think that. I think sometimes Mercury retrograde gets like a really bad rap when in fact it can help us like cut old negative patterns. Position 5 and 6 is the outcome. Oh. So I love her, but in the reverse position, it could mean like, don't sleep on this. Don't lay back and just let what's going to happen. There's a little bit of hard work you might need to contribute to this relationship and get the relationship you want out of this. So, Don't just throw in the towel and be like, it's bliss, I'm feeling great here. No work. I feel like there's going to be some more work that follows this. This is the outcome card, so there could be more work that follows this, and I feel like this represents like you're still creating something. Emotional balance or love or even unity in family. That takes a long time to create as well. And then we have the Five of Wands, Pele, the goddess Pele. She's a Hawaiian goddess, and what it's saying is, the Five of Wands in reverse to me says, yes, it could be more work, what we're seeing with the Eight of Wands in reverse, but Pele's telling me there's not going to be too much more upheaval, not going to be too much more craziness. She's saying like, she's a goddess of fire. You'll get burned, you'll get warm. Fire is a very dynamic element, but I feel like there's not a lot of negative fire here. So it's kind of the difference between hard work and stress, or being productive versus being busy. Sometimes when we're busy, we're not necessarily productive, and productivity doesn't mean we have to be busy and frenetic. And so I feel like that fire element of the unknown, of potential conflict, is definitely downplayed here. So yes, all in all, I feel like this will be a week of emotional bliss or fulfillment for you. Don't forget, you still have to create the outcomes you want to achieve. So work hard at that. Just because there's imbalance doesn't mean you're on the wrong track. And I do feel like it's saying, don't sit back. Keep working and keep the fire like that. I don't like to say negative, but the dangerous aspect of fire, keep it at bay. You know, like biting at each other or snipping at each other, or even getting carried away in love and not looking at the objective issues that you may have. I don't know. I don't feel right unless I draw at least one clarifier. So let's just draw another card on the outcome aspect of it. What are you working towards, perhaps? What is the Amethyst group working towards this week? And it's a lot of reflection. Look, it's a lot of reflection. Are you complete? Is this where you want to be? Can you look back and say how far you've come? Reflect this week. And I think what this is saying is the hard work is not in the outward appearance or maybe in the outward manifestation. Maybe it's more about reflection and thinking about it. Have you come full circle? Are you where you want to be? Give some thought to it. Give some reflection to it. I do feel like you're in a stable place emotionally, and you're in a healthy place emotionally. And I feel like that Spirit's telling you, don't give up or give in just because you're in a good place. There still could be work to do. That's not a bad thing. That is not a bad thing. Okay, so what crystals can I suggest to you this week? Some people are a sucker for punishment. Because Pele's in reverse, I want you to add a little fire. I want you to add a little fire to the mix, but like passion's fire. If you put a little red tiger's eye, that's a grounded fire. If you put a little carnelian, that's a motivation and drive, a little bit of passion. The sacral chakra is the chakra of the twin flame of passion and romance. So add a little bit more fire in there. You might get lost in your thoughts, or you might end up thinking too hard if you don't. I want some optimism, because something's telling me, like, you're saying, is this it? Or I haven't gotten there, or I'm not fulfilled yet. So just remember, it's still a work in progress. All relationships are still a work in progress, because all people are still a work in progress. So I want you to have some yellow calcite, some citrine. I want you to boost the optimism a little bit. This is a good place for your relationship. Even if it's a family relationship or a friendship, you're in a good place. You just have to dig in a little bit more and create what you want to achieve. And as always, because that's just how I do. I want you guys to have a little rhodonite and rose quartz. Because there's a lot of relational issues here for the better. But keep that relational energy, that loving feeling, that compassion, that warmth, that unity, harmony. Keep that rolling. Keep that going. Foster that, especially when you're trying to create the outcome that or the relationship that you want to be in. Namaste, guys. This is for the yellow calcite group for the week of March 1st to March 7th, 2020. As I mentioned in my two previous readings, my friend at my tarot channel said that you guys want to see the shuffle, so I am giving you what you need or what you want. I did shuffle the cards beforehand and between readings. If a card repeats, I just feel like that's the overall energy for the week ahead, and that's why that happens. Alright, so positions 1 and 2 represent the situation as it stands. So, we have the Hanged Man. And we have the Nine of Swords. So I get a sense of swords for me, that's how I was taught. Swords for me is always thoughts, your thought, your mind. As you can see, she's in her bed, but she's being tormented by like negative thoughts. So there's this energy of being caught in your thoughts. There's this energy of being overwhelmed mentally, feeling stuck. And then this is represented here again by the Hanged Man. So what's happening here, Frigg, the wife of Odin, is kind of saying like, what do? I'm stuck. The cats here represent justice, or in some cases black and white thinking. And as some of you know, if you've studied psychology, black and white thinking can actually be a negative thing that causes a lot of, boom, negative ruminations. So this is where you're at, unfortunately, but we're not going to finish until you feel and I feel like I can lead you on a healthier path for the week ahead. So fear not. All right. Positions 3 and 4, my friends, represent the contributing factors this week to your circumstance and your mental strife. Why are you so stressed out? Let's figure it out. I want you not stressed out by the time this reading is done. Prepared. She came up in the last reading. If I remember correctly, she came up in the last 2 readings. She represents reflecting on what's new, on what's old, on the past, on the present. She's actually a witch. And as we all know, witches aren't bad things. It's somebody that believes in the power of nature. But she's a witch that kind of made a spell to, if I remember correctly, to fool somebody by being young. So it's all about looking on past. It's a long tail. I'm sorry, that's another tangent. So this is about reflecting past, present, future, what is happening now, reflecting on your thoughts and things coming full circle. Whenever I see her, I think, are things coming full circle? But it also tells me that you're doing a lot of thinking right now. And then she came up in the last reading as well. Despite all the thinking and the reflecting, I shouldn't say despite, with all the thinking and reflecting comes some emotional balance. And like I said in the last reading, she has music, so art. And I always find that spirit to me. The art, music. The scroll, which is the mind. And then the cup and all the water, which is emotions. And that's why she's the King of Cups. Because she has everything kind of playing nicely together. So, you know, overall, looking at the Rose Quartz and the Amethyst group, I feel like this is overall a week of balance. But why are you stressing out? I feel like you're stressing out even though there's a certain emotional interplay here of balance, mind, body, and spirit, or mind, spirit, and emotions. So we'll definitely come back and clarify that. Why are you stressed out? And then positions positions 5 and 6 represent, I feel like I need to shuffle that again. Positions 5 and 6 represents the outcome as it stands. Sorry, sometimes you just have to be led to do what you're going to be led. And these jumped out. What we have here is the Queen of Pentacles. And we have the Knight of Wands. So I do feel like here the outcome is good. You're getting grounding, you're moving forward, you're overlooking everything that you need to overlook, you're overseeing it, you're finding balance. This could be symbolism of you taking a new next step in your life and finding greater balance and greater sense of purpose and being and grounding. I love grounding. And then the Knight of Wands means like you're off on a new adventure. You're chasing the things you want to chase. I don't like chasing. You're pursuing the things you want to pursue. You're free. Look, you're in the clouds. This is a good card. So why I feel like the outcome is really beneficial. You're off on a new journey. You're finding grounding. You're finding, sometimes the Queen of Discs for me represents like commitment or becoming a stable factor in someone's life, or someone becoming a stable factor in your life. Why are you stressed out? So there's going to be a good outcome. I always feel like if we can target why you're stressed out, then we can help nip those thoughts in the bud. Alright, so clarifier for these stressful thoughts, clarifier for the current circumstance, the current situation. You're just ill at ease. I think that you're ill at ease and you feel like because there's work, this is really similar to the Amethyst group, but you feel because there's relational work that needs to be done, you feel, because she's in the reverse, you feel because there's still work to be done, because it's not time to rest and relax and allow things to happen, you feel like, oh, I'm not there yet. I'm not complete. I'm not fulfilled, you know? And I think that sometimes we're all human. We start to think like, why is this hard? Why am I challenged? You know, sometimes my clients come to me and they're like, why is this so hard? It's not a punishment. It's a lesson. And spirit and your past self or your higher self, when they were, you know, drawing out your life path, that's a whole nother conversation. But when they were driving certain cue points in your life path, they said, you know, this, I'll be able to handle this. Your higher self said, I can handle this. I want to learn this lesson this life. I want to, you know, be challenged to transcend this aspect of my ego this life. So it's not a punishment. It's actually great confidence in you from your guides and your higher self that you can get through this. So please don't. All right, guys. So what do I want for you this week? What strength do you need to tap into? I want you to get really good grounding crystals. You need to get out of the higher chakra, like this is the mental chakra, and I need you to get down rooted in the practical, the realistic. So black tourmaline, hematite, smoky quartz, all great grounding crystals to help bring you out of your thoughts and out of your head, because it's just a stressful place right now, and there's no judgment on that. I want you to have some mental clarity. So for that, I want you to have some lapis lazuli and some amethyst. Clear your thoughts. If you set the amethyst, and I want you to have some comfort. So some comfort, get some blue lace agate as that rose quartz. That's always like, it's like the decompression for the emotions. Like any kind of agate, I love it because it's grounding, so that accomplishes that. But the rose quartz is also very soothing, and the amethyst will accomplish that for you as well. All right, guys, thank you for joining me. I hope to see you again next week. Namaste.